everybody, welcome to playing Silent Hill 2. The audio might sound a little doubled for the game side of things, because I think I might have screwed up on some of my settings on OBS, probably because, I think I mentioned it later in the series, because I decided to record it all at once before I started editing it, so, I finished the game yesterday, all of it, sub-scenario and all, and now I'm finally editing. But I realized after recording the first 2 episodes that because I've been adjusting stuff with OBS and whatnot, that I ended up screwing up a few things, and yeah. So the audio is going to sound a little doubled for the game side of things, and I inadvertently, because of my screwed up settings, have lost my live commentary for the first 2 episodes as well. So this episode and the next episode will be post commentary, and then will be live commentary from episode 3 onward. So just FYI on that. And I do apologize for the game audio sounding doubled. It's gonna sound screwed up, please bear with me. Also, that Elgato thing is gonna happen a lot.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
Yeah, that sounds so bad. But anyway, that Elgato thing is gonna pop up because I think I've mentioned it before, whether it be in the later episodes of this series or even in my later Tomb Raider series, previous, I did a Windows reinstall to kind of fix some things, and I forgot to reinstall my Elgato 4K Mark II drivers, and I didn't remember to do that until the second to last episode. So the last 2 episodes, I believe, the last 2 or 3 don't have that Elgato thing popping up all the time, but that's also going to be prevalent throughout pretty much the entire series.
Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, in our special place, waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the 2 of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
And now we can start moving. But yeah, the Elgato thing is going to be very prevalent, like I said, throughout the series, and I apologize for that. But hey, at least we're working through it, and my post commentary has gotten better because I have found a way to where I can actually use my OBS filters, my equalizers and stuff, for when I do live commentary, so that way I don't have to keep doing equalizer settings in the editing software, and all that crap. I can just boot up OBS and turn on a monitoring device and do some BSery. A lot of you guys that actually do recordings and editing, you guys probably know what I'm talking about, that like audio cable bullshit. But hey, so my commentary should sound a lot better now, and because now noise gates are obviously being accounted for and all that, so it's gonna sound a lot nicer. Yeah, this is just me kind of seeing what I have right now. I throughout this entire series, basically what I've done is I've done like anywhere from about 50 minutes to 1 hour long recording sessions per episode, and then I will stop and then start a new episode. So that way I do have a good amount of footage and I'm not like stopping all the time, but then also because I know this game having a lot of moving and some backtracking and stuff like that, especially when you're struggling to find stuff, I knew I was gonna have to cut some things. So I wanted episodes that wouldn't take me massively long to edit, but also like links that accommodated the fact this is an older game and it's not overly long. It's mostly gonna be long because of me just being dumb. So if that makes any sense. So I thought about 1 hour, give or take a little bit, what was good sizes. And especially since for the first 2 episodes, where like I said, due to my screw ups, I have lost my live commentary, so I can just talk over the edits, which is kind of nice. I was able to cut out like 25, just over 24 minutes of footage for this episode, because it's just mostly walking. And I did want to explore a little bit because I know this is an older game, but I feel like a lot of people that are watching this probably haven't played the game, and I did want to show it off a little bit. I mean, that's the point of the Let's Play, right? But I also figured if I'm going to do a post commentary anyway, like if I'm just sitting there walking for 30 minutes, with nothing really going on, that's still going to be boring. So I figured I was in a unique situation to make this episode a little bit better in that sense. Because my fuck up actually inadvertently worked in my favor, because now I don't have to worry about my freaking live commentary. I think it worked out for the better overall. But a lot of the later episodes will actually, thankfully, not be quite as, nothing, if that makes sense. That music and atmosphere really is good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that dog freaked me out. Yeah, I sped it up here because, there is quite a bit of walking and stuff like that. So, figured it didn't really matter much, if that makes any sense. But it sounds very weird though, sped up that audio though. I might have to consider getting rid of it. If you don't hear anything, that means that I probably decided after making this post commentary to get rid of it. Save. Yeah, I was just getting... I don't know why I decided to check it again, but, This was very... this whole experience has been very interesting. Here we go.
Excuse me,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Yeah.
Lost?
Dumb.
Yeah. I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay, I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not.
Man on a
Going to
mission.
town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for someone.
Who is it?
Someone very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your
No,
problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah. I'm going to be dead ass with you guys. Most of the rest of this video is going to basically be this. Just sped up footage, because, I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure I said earlier, that because I lost my live commentary, I can just talk and post, right? So I can just speed all the walking and BS up, which a little hard to do when you're trying to do live commentary and give live reactions as you find shit, so, but yeah, but this first, hour of playing that has been reduced to, 30, just under 36 minutes, was just a shit ton of walking. And I don't mean, it just walking around, kind of following the path, getting a cutscene. We don't really have any, gameplay, if that makes any sense, until the very, very end of this video. The last, probably 5 minutes or 5-10 minutes, maybe, not even. But yeah, so, but at least you don't have to sit here and watch all of this. I mean, some of you might be into it and some of you might not, but it's an old enough game to where, if you guys really wanted to play it, you could play it. You can get the Silent Hill 2 and 3 HD collection for $20 on Xbox, because they're backwards compatible, so, that's assuming that there's nowhere else you can get it. There might be, and I just don't know, but yeah, I tried my best to do a ton of exploring. Because I really did want to see how this game went and how it goes and blah blah blah, if that makes any sense. I was very intrigued as to all that, But yeah, it's just trying to explore all the little things and figuring out where to go, where I can go right now and all that. I will admit it's kind of fun. Like I say it quite a bit throughout the series that like I do tend to prefer more linear games, partially because of the games that I was raised on, but I do enjoy a little bit of open-endedness. Like Silent Hill 2, I thought for the most part was like a very good match of like it. There's not a whole lot of places you could go, so it feels linear, but not overly linear, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it still feels a little open-ended. But then when you explore everything and you still haven't progressed, you know that it's somewhere in these areas. You know? Like the games how they were back in the day, you know? And it's not that bad. It's been pretty fun. Oh yeah, with these guys, I'm also going to preface this in the first episode for you guys watching and actually want to commit to the rest of the series. I decided, partially because it is on easy difficulty, and I playing a crap ton of Resident Evil, as I'm sure you guys might be fairly aware. I love Resident Evil and all that. So I've basically hoarded all of my ammo, despite it being on easy difficulty. So I spent pretty much the entire playthrough, most of it anyway, doing exactly this, just taking my melee weapon and beating the shit out of things. And especially later in the game where they can take quite a few hits, especially if you're wanting to make double sure that they're dead and you keep hitting them while they're down. Like, I can't tell you how many enemies, especially, in the next few episodes where they actually do take a good amount of hits, like, where I'll just sit there and wail on them for a good 15 seconds or so. Well, actually, 15 seconds ain't that, but like quite a bit. But like, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you do that to every single enemy you encounter, with a few exceptions, so I'm probably, because I've done it so often, like every time I encountered a relatively weak enemy, just bashing its brains in, and even when it falls on the ground, just hitting it until the sound effects stop. Like, it's probably going to get super tedious, so I might just do a lot of fast forwards when it comes to the combat. I don't think I'll probably do that for this episode or episode 2, because the next episode will be post-commentary as well, and I think I mentioned that earlier. But then episode 3 and beyond will be live commentary. So I'll probably start that in episode 3 and beyond, where I'll probably just start doing all that. Like, we'll see. We'll honestly see. Like, I just worry that, like, you guys are going to get annoyed at the constant, like, every enemy, especially if there's, like, 2 or 3 enemies in the same room just sitting there for 5 minutes, well, maybe not quite 5 minutes, but pretty close, just me wailing on them. Especially having to bob and weave around them a little bit. It's because it is on easy difficulty, it's really not that hard. So, yeah. It is trying to get a feel for the land, you know? But I hope the next episode, when I do the editing, and my post commentary, I hope the audio isn't doubled like it is in this episode, because I don't know how that happened, to be honest. It was honestly probably my fault somehow. Like, I'll be perfectly honest, but hopefully it's not. I don't think it is, but if it is, oh well. I do a lot of map checking. Like, I mean, this is episode 1, and you can already see me check my map constantly. That is also going to be, if that annoys you, then this series is not for you. Because there's going to be a fuck ton of map checking where I try to orient myself. And I'm not necessarily someone that has poor map awareness. Like, I'm usually very aware of where I'm at and, like, how to get to places. But I try to double check, especially with how the map design on this game is. I try to double check stuff. I think I did the same thing in the early Resident Evils, like Resident Evil 1, or the remake of 1, anyway. So, yeah. But yeah, but earlier, pretty sure I remember talking about, oh wait, no, that was in the final episode. My bad. So we're not going to get there yet. I did announce some things in the final episode regarding the next few series that I want to do, but I do want to also announce, because I don't think I announced it in the final episode when I was recording it with my live commentary, so I'm going to mention it now. I do intend to do a Let's Play of Oblivion, the remaster, because I haven't touched the original since I was a kid, and I'm 26 now. So it's been a long time, but I still, even though I haven't touched it in ages, even when I went and played Skyrim, and I do love Skyrim, I always preferred Oblivion. I feel like there's probably a good amount of us people out there that genuinely prefer Oblivion. So, I am wanting to do something similar to what I did with my Breath of the Wild Master Mode series, and take the things that I've learned now that I know how to do better audio quality and all that stuff, and now that I have mic filters, so I kind of want to make something in that vein, where, like, I will probably record it and record live commentary on the off chance that I do have a reaction that I can keep that, but it's largely going to be very similar, where it's post-commentary stuff, where I kind of just talk over what's happening and, like, what I've done. Kind of like Forge Labs is the best way I can describe it. If any of you guys have seen Forge Labs, kind of something in that vein, like 100 days or something like that. But I'm just gonna, like, record, and I will probably break it up. What I'm probably gonna do is, especially since I can't do like 100 days, like you could with Forge Labs in Minecraft, right? Because that makes sense, because you can't really time skip anything, and when it gets night, you sleep, and that's one in-game Minecraft day, and then, that makes your footage easily. But, like, in Oblivion, like, if I'm waiting for 12 hours, you know what I mean? You Elder Scrolls fans, you know what I'm talking about. It could be a problem. So I'm probably going to do something along the lines of, like, every 24 hours worth of footage. That'll be one day, so that way I'll probably have like some stupid intro like Forge Labs. I'm still not entirely sure how I want to do this. I'm still kind of in the thought processing stage of it, if that makes sense, but still trying to do that. And then after a brief intro, I'll probably be like day 1, and that'll just be the trimmed down version and the highlights of like the first 24 hours of gameplay, and trying to make it all nice and have fun and show what's relevant and blah blah blah. And then day 2 will be the next 24 hours. Like, I don't know, I'm still kind of, I'm gonna figure it out, so we'll see where it goes. Yeah, now that we have the flashlight, we can actually see shit. Including things that that you can see, but you can't see. You know what I mean? Like that whole Mildred thing that was a second ago with the clock. Yeah. This is gonna also happen quite a lot, because I am very much used to games that are a bit more hand-holdy, as stupid as that sounds. There's many instances where, like, and you guys will probably give me a lot of shit of this, there's many instances where, like, I will look dead ass at something I need, like a key, and just not see it. And then wander around trying to find it, still somehow don't see it, and then proceed to have to look it up and that happens, I think, almost every episode, as stupid as that sounds. So, yeah, this is like hardcore, like, a guy that never really plays games like this, and on top of that has never played at Silent Hill before, so it's kind of just, yeah. Because Resident Evil, like, Resident Evil 1, like, the remaster, or remake, or whatever, like, on Steam, I felt like, for the most part, that was a lot more easier with how the graphics were and whatnot, to see keys and whatnot. Like, it just, if that makes any sense, it was a bit easier to kind of find what you need and get where you need to go. And then, of course, the remakes made it very easy, like in the 2 remake, and, you know, pretty straightforward. This was a bit more like, some things are so small and can blend in with how dark it is that you can't see shit. Like, like, this right here is a perfect example of why I'm saying in future episodes I'm probably going to skip a lot of the fighting, because, like, look at this. Granted, I get better as I go through the game, as you can imagine. First playthrough and all, but still. Like, trying to chase those guys, determined to kill them, that's not going to be fun content for you guys. Oh yeah, I was in this room earlier. Yeah, I just... that, like, thoom is, like, super nice. And, this puzzle is very much super simple, like, Henry, Mildred, Scott. Like, for any of you that are watching that has actually genuinely ever played this game and are like, what does that mean? Like, notice how the first letter in each of those is capitalized, and it's a puzzle regarding the clock. It's basic, and then, like, right next to it is arrows. It's basically trying to tell you that it goes hour, minute, seconds. And as you'll see here in just a second, when we actually try and mess with the clock, later in the next episode, you'll see that the second hand is fixed. You can move the hour and the minute. And when you look at the diagram for the Henry and Mildred, it'll tell you how to have the hour and minute hand. It's a very easy puzzle, actually. And if we're going to be perfectly honest here, you don't even need to look at that, because the second it's correct, even if you just start fucking with it willy-nilly, you'll hear a click, and then you can back out. So it's a super simple puzzle. There's no reason for you to really need to put any thought into it. But anyway, got about 5 minutes left of this episode. And then I can start exporting this and then editing the next one. Alright, up to the 3rd floor we go. The doubled audio is like so stupid. I can't believe I let myself do that.
Ow! Hey, wait! Damn it.
That okay, I want to point out that this is a perfect fucking example for those of you that are experienced in Silent Hill. You have already seen the mistake. For those of you that have not experienced this game, I'll explain. That shopping cart. Why is there a random shopping cart in the middle of the fucking? You know, like it was just at the corner of the screen. But should have been obvious enough, right? That should have been a clue for me to go check that out, and I didn't. And that handgun's in there. Granted, I have barely used the handgun in the entire playthrough. Some foreshadowing there. A lot of melee. But... So I probably didn't really need it, but I think you're scripted to get it, or otherwise certain cutscenes won't work, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So... Yeah, because I know that in the next episode, like, you have to get 2 particular items before a cutscene will trigger to give you the 3rd and final item of that same type. You'll see what I mean, because I said same. But yeah, it's... Yeah. So there are certain things that are scripted to happen in relatively... Not necessarily in the same order, but you need to do the particular things before you can trigger certain things. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, we're basically at the end of the episode, because I think here in a minute I basically open my menu and scroll through stuff, and then, you know, if I had my live commentary I would have done my outro, but we're basically at the end of the video. So I do want to thank you guys for watching. I apologize for my fuck up with my doubled audio and missing my live commentary, because, like, you know, I felt like the live commentary for someone that's never played this game before was half decent, just like being genuinely confused and like interested in what's going on, as you should in games you're playing, just all that stuff. But like I said, we only have to deal with that for 1 more episode, and then episode 3 and onwards will be okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and will enjoy the rest of the series, and I hope you're excited for the Oblivion stuff that I will do after I do the other things I will announce in the final episode. Anyway, that being said, let's end this shit, because I don't think there's anything left beyond this. We got like 40 seconds anyway, so 30 seconds, so let's just write the oh yeah, okay, now that my editing software has moved on, okay. Yeah, alright, well, that'll be all. Enjoy, guys.